Hey, I'm Laurie and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to focus on really opening up the upper body with some great stretches. So if you just did an arm day yesterday, today is going to be the perfect thing for you to do. What I recommend you have is a yoga block handy. You don't need it, but it's always great to have a yoga block just to allow yourself to open up a little bit more. We're going to begin in a nice seated position. So go ahead, cross your legs. You can also come on your shins if that's more comfortable. Just if you're in this position, wiggle side to side and then start to ground your sits bone and find complete stillness. Inhale, grow the spine long. As you exhale, release left ear to left shoulder. Look slightly up towards the sky and then see if you can just let that left ear melt a little bit more. Well, you're feeling a nice stretch along that right trap muscle. If you'd like to take it one step farther, reach that right hand out to the side and down slightly, but reach more out and you'll feel more of a stretch in that right trap muscle. Take a few rounds of breath here. You can close your eyes if that is more relaxing for you, or you can keep them open. Start to release the right hand back to the right thigh and start to draw a necklace with the chin. So the chin comes towards the chest until the right ear meets the right shoulder. Do this very slowly. Let's go to the other side. Left ear comes to the left shoulder. And again, right ear, right shoulder. And this time bring it back up to a neutral position. Inhale, long spine. This time right ear just melts towards that right shoulder. Look slightly up at the sky and see if you can melt just an inch deeper. If you'd like to deepen the stretch, take this left arm, reach it out to the left side and down ever so slightly. That'll intensify the stretch along your trap muscle and then along the top of your shoulder. Take a few rounds of breath here. Take the left hand back to the left quad and let's start to make that necklace shape with the chin. Bringing the chin down very slowly to the chest until the left ear meets left shoulder. Now let's do that again. Right ear meets the right shoulder. One more round to the left. And when you're ready, bring it up to a neutral spine. Inhale, arms up to the sky. As you exhale, cactus the arms, draw the shoulder blades together, stick your chest out, really opening up the chest. Let's do that again. Inhale, up. Exhale, cactus, chest out. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, up. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades, chest sticks out. Inhale, up to the sky. This time, release the left hand to the mat. Right arm reaches up and over. As you inhale, draw that right shoulder blade back. As you exhale, see if you can side bend a little deeper. Maintain that grounding sensation through your right sits bone. So if you find that the right hip comes off, come out of the stretch and then get back into it. Keep your right sits bone planted onto the mat. A few rounds of breath here. As you exhale, bring it back up to center. Inhale, left arm up. As you exhale, other side, right arm goes down. Left arm reaches up and over. Inhale, draw the left shoulder blade back while keeping the sits bone grounded. See if you can side bend just a little deeper. Few rounds of breath here. With every inhale, draw the left shoulder blade back. With every exhale, side bend just a little deeper. As you exhale, both arms up to center. Inhale, look up at the hands. Then as you exhale, bend at the left elbow, grab a hold of your left tricep, and then just slowly pull your left tricep over to the right side on your exhale. If you'd like to take it a little bit deeper, you can start to also take that side bend up and over. So you should, if you take the side bend, you will not only feel it in your tricep, but you're going to feel it all along that left side body, especially your lat muscles. Remember not to collapse down so your chest is sticking out. You always have a slight pinch of the shoulder blades. We're maintaining that great posture throughout these stretches. On your next exhale, bring it back to center. Inhale, switch the arms, grab a hold of the right tricep with the left hand, and then exhale, gently pull that right tricep towards the left. And if you want to take a deeper stretch, if you did the other side, slowly take that side bend up and over to the left as well. Remember, left shoulder blade back, side bend a little deeper. No rounding here, nice flat back. Inhale, both arms to the sky. As you exhale, cactus the arms, draw the shoulder blades together. 2 more times like that. Inhale up. Exhale, cactus and squeeze. Inhale up. Exhale, cactus and squeeze. Release the arms to the side. Give yourself a hug in with the right arm, maybe even a pat on the back. Inhale, long spine. Really press that right arm against the chest. As you exhale, release left ear towards the left shoulder. And let's take a few rounds of breath here, feeling a nice stretch along your shoulders and along your right trap. On your next inhale, draw the head back up to center. Let's switch the arms. Give yourself a hug in with the left arm. Then as you exhale, release that right ear towards the right shoulder, really hugging that arm in firmly. The more you hug it in, the deeper the stretch will be. Make sure there's no rounding from the shoulder, so you're still drawing a slight pinch of the shoulder blades. Chest is out, great posture. Pull it on in. Inhale back up to a neutral spine. Arms reach up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, cactus the arms, draw the shoulder blades together. Twice more. Inhale up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale up. Exhale, cactus. This time as you inhale, take a look over to the right. Bring the left hand to the right quad and take a nice gentle spinal twist towards the right side. With every inhale, pretend like you have a string on top of your head. Grow that string higher, grow the head higher. With every exhale, twist just a little deeper. Let's do 2 rounds just like that. Inhale, tall. Exhale, twist. Inhale, tall. Exhale, twist, come back to center. Inhale, both arms to the sky. As you exhale, take a gentle twist towards your left. With every inhale, growing a little taller. With every exhale, twisting just a little deeper. And on your next exhale, slowly come back to center. Inhale, arms up to the sky. As you exhale, side bend up and over to the right side of the room. 1 breath, 1 movement. Inhale, up. Exhale, other side. 1 more time each side. Inhale, up. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, up. Exhale, side bend. Shift the upper body forward, hands start to make their way to the ground, undo the cross of the legs, and meet me in a tabletop position. I'm coming to a lateral view. So shoulders stacked over the wrist, hips stacked over the knees. As you inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze, tailbone curls up. Then as you exhale, round the spine, draw the chin towards the chest. Twice more. Inhale, belly down, gaze up. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest. Once more. Inhale, belly down, gaze up. And exhale, round the spine. Come back to a neutral tabletop position. Left hand comes towards the center of the mat. Right hand, bring it up to the sky. As you inhale, twist the heart open. As you exhale, thread this right hand underneath the left. Walk it out, walk it out, walk it out until you can completely bring the right ear towards the mat. And if your right ear is not on the mat, that's okay too. Just slowly start to work those right hands or the right fingertips more towards the right side of the room. And if you'd like a deeper stretch, start to extend the left arm long. We'll be here for a few rounds of breath. If your left arm was straight, start to bend the left elbow, draw the left hand to frame the left face, push off through the left hand, inhale, right arm up, and then exhale back to that neutral tabletop, going back to that cat-cow. Inhale, belly down, gaze up. This is your cow. Then as you exhale, round the spine, chin to chest, twice more at your own pace. Once more, and then we'll all meet into a tabletop position. Once you're in that tabletop position, bring the right hand more towards the center of the mat. Inhale, left arm up towards the ceiling, opening up the chest. Then as you exhale, thread this left hand underneath the right until you can bring your left ear towards the mat. And if it's not fully to the mat, if you're right here, that's okay too. Start to inch those fingertips more towards the right side of the room. Feel a nice stretch along the left shoulder blade. If you'd like to go a little bit deeper, which I always do, just to start to extend the right hand fully. Start to settle into this pose. Deepen the breath. If your right arm was straight, start to deepen the bend in the right elbow, frame the face with the right hand, push off with the right hand, inhale, left arm reaches up. As you exhale, bring it down to that neutral tabletop position. 3 rounds of cat-cow at your own pace, and then meet me into that tabletop. Inhaling for cow and exhaling for cat. Meet me into a neutral tabletop position. Keep the hips stacked over the knees. Start to walk the hands out. When you can no longer walk the hands out, start to melt the chest towards the mat, maybe even letting the head rest to the mat as well. This is called puppy pose. And we're feeling a nice stretch along the lats, along the shoulders, maybe even along the biceps. If you would like to deepen the stretch, you can start to bend at the elbows, bring your hands into a prayer position, and then bring the heads behind the neck. Inch the elbows up very slowly, and then start to resettle into this pose. We'll be here for a few rounds of breath, and if this is ever too intense, come out of this very slowly. If your hands are in prayer behind the neck, start to extend the arms long. Everyone frame the face with both hands until you can press with both hands and meet me in a tabletop position. Walk the hands about 6 inches forward. Fingertips are wide. Curl the toes under. Use the core to lift the knees off the mat. Keep a nice bent knee as you raise those hips up and back. I don't want you to focus on the lower body here. I really want you to focus on pressing the mat away from you, really drawing the chest open, pressing the chest a little closer towards your quads. As you look at your feet, start to walk the hands back towards your toes very slowly. Let the head hang heavy. Grab opposite elbow, opposite hand, and give yourself a nice sway, side to side. Feel the spine lengthen from the lower back to the mid back to the upper back. Bring all swaying to a complete stop. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Let that head hang a little deeper. Roll up one vertebrae at a time until the neck is the last thing to come up, until you're in a nice standing position. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Grab a hold of the right wrist with the left hand. Cross the right ankle over the left and take a side bend up and over to the left, giving you a little different view here. Right shoulder blade back, side bend a little deeper. Inhale, arms up, little back bend by looking up. As you exhale, swan dive forward, hinge from the hips. Once you get about halfway, let that head hang nice and heavy. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Roll up one vertebrae at a time until the neck is the last thing to come up. Inhale, arms reach overhead. This time, grab a hold of the left wrist with the right hand. Cross left foot over right and side bend up and over to the right. As you inhale, draw the left shoulder blade back. As you exhale, side bend up and over a little deeper. On your next inhale, undo the cross of the feet and the arms. Look up, little back bend. As you exhale, hinge from the hips. Once you get about halfway, forward fold. This time, grab opposite elbow, opposite hand, and just give yourself that gentle sway, side to side, maybe even letting the upper body grow just a little longer. Continue swaying side to side, and if you have a block, I highly recommend you use it for this next pose. Bring all swaying to a complete stop. Heel toe the feet out until they're wider than mat distance. Heels in, toes out. If you have a block, bring it right in front of the forehead. Left hand goes to the block or right in front of the eyes. Inhale, right arm reaches up to the ceiling. As you exhale, bring it down. Let's repeat that twice more. Inhale it up, opening up the chest. Exhale down. This time, as you inhale, I want you to hold the hands towards the ceiling. As you exhale, draw that right shoulder blade back. We'll be here for 2 rounds of breath. And on your next exhale, release the right hand to the block or right in front of your head. Inhale, press through that right arm. Reach the left arm up towards the sky. Exhale, draw it down. Inhale, rise up and open. Exhale, draw it down. This time, as you inhale, hold the arm up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, try to find a deeper twist in the upper body and hold. Not your breath. Keep breathing. On your next exhale, slowly release this right hand back towards the mat. Release the block off to the side if you were utilizing it. Keep the wide stance. Start to walk the hands forward until you can come into a nice wide-legged downward facing dog. Really push that mat away. Drive the chest towards the quads. Really working on opening up the chest, the lats, and the shoulders. Releasing any and all tension in the neck. Make sure you don't have any tension in the jaw. Slowly look up at the hands, start to shift the weight into the upper body and release the knees down. Rise the spine long. Curl the toes under as we come into this next pose. It's really going to open the chest and the upper body. Inhale the arms up to the sky. Little back bend by looking up. As you exhale, bring the hands back to center. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Little back bend by looking up. This time, as you exhale, release the right hand towards the right shin or the right foot and reach the left arm towards the ceiling. A few rounds of breath here. On your next inhale, push off of that right leg, hands go to the sky. As you exhale, hands come down. Inhale, arms up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, twist the heart open towards the left side of the room. Release the left arm down, grabbing hold of your shin, your ankle, or whatever you can find. Even if you don't have a hold of anything, just the act of reaching up, opening up the chest will do the trick as well. On your next inhale, both arms come up towards the sky. And as you exhale, bring it down. This time we go for both hands, one at a time. Inhale, arms reach up. As you exhale, twist the upper body towards the right side of the room. Release the right arm down. Then when you feel comfortable, take the left arm towards the left side. Draw the shoulder blade open, really reach the heart forward. And if this feels too much on your neck, you can start to just let that head hang heavy. Your option is just to keep the gaze up at the sky. On your next inhale, bring the right arm up, followed by the left, and release the hands down to center. Release the curl of the feet, bringing the top of the feet towards the mat. Start to shift the hips back towards the heels. Walk the hands forward and come into a child's pose for a few rounds of breath. Really inch the hands up. Release the hips back on the exhale. Bring the hands to frame the face. Push off through the hands, coming into a tabletop position. Walk the hands out until the lower body starts to straighten and you can melt the hips towards the mat. Draw the shoulder blades back. Look up. As you exhale, release it down very slowly until the chest and the head are the last thing to meet the ground. Bring the hands to a T position directly out to the side. Bring this left hand to frame the chest. We're coming to a very intense shoulder opener. Very super slowly start to shift the weight over to the right side of the body. If you'd like to, you can bring this left foot into a kickstand behind the right leg and only go to a point to where you feel comfortable. Nothing should ever pinch or hurt. This should only feel like a deep stretch. If you'd like to take this one step farther, you can inhale the left arm up, rotate the palm to face the back side of the room, and just reach towards that hand. Mine will never meet, but just the act of reaching is going to open up my shoulders just a little bit more. If your left hand was reaching towards that shoulder, bring it back to frame the chest and very slowly, just as slowly as you came into this pose, slowly roll out of it until you're back onto the chest. Bring both hands to frame the chest. Press through the hands, lifting the chest. Shift the weight into the right hand as the left hand threads underneath the right. Keep that bend in the right elbow and just open up the upper body only, coming into a spinal twist. If that right knee starts to raise, you could use the guidance of the left hand to press it back down. With every inhale, just melt that right shoulder towards the mat. With every exhale, see if you can gently guide the right knee maybe a little closer towards the earth. To come out of the spinal twist, let's just start to rotate the upper body back towards the mat until we can come completely flat back on our chest. Hands go out to a T position. I'm going to shimmy myself over to the other side. This time, frame the chest with the right hand and very slowly start to shift the body towards the right side of the room, feeling a nice deep stretch along the left shoulder. I like to let my left ear rest here. And if you'd like to take it one step farther, you can even make that right foot into a kickstand. And if you want to reach towards that left hand, feel free to do so. That's just going to deepen the stretch even more. Remember, if you can't grab the hand, that's okay. I can't either. But just the act of reaching is going to make the stretch a little deeper. If your right hand was reaching towards the left, bring the right hand back to frame the chest. Come out of this pose just as slow as you came into it. Bring the left hand to frame the chest as well. Push off through both hands. Right arm goes underneath the left. Keep the left knee planted as the chest opens up. Left arm reaches long. To keep this left knee on the ground, you can use the weight from the right hand to just guide it down. With every inhale, see if you can bring the left shoulder a little closer. With every exhale, see if you can bring that knee a little closer. And you may be completely off your mat now. I am, and that's okay. To come out of this spinal twist, start to rotate the upper body back towards the mat. Frame the chest with both hands. This time, inhale, both arms long. Look up, little back bend. As you exhale, bring it down. Inhale, press it up, look up. Exhale, draw it down. Inhale up. This time, as you exhale, start to send the hips back to that child's pose. This is where we'll end it. Your knees can be in a wide position or they can be straight. Stay as here for as long as you want. If you'd like to make it a deeper stretch, you can bring the hands in a prayer position behind the neck. Inch the elbows up and just melt and release. Stay here in this nice, relaxing child's pose for however long you need. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you want another stretch, check out some of my other videos. If you'd like this video, let me know in the comments below. Like, subscribe. If you want to see something, let me know in the comments below. Have a wonderful day.